Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We're all living in tough times. Money is tight and it doesn't really look like it's getting better anytime soon. So today's recipe is not only delicious, but also budget friendly. Today, I'm going to show you how to make sticky Korean beef bulgogi with garlic sesame rice. The best part? You can feed your family of 4 for under $15. If that sounds like something you could get your mouth around, hang around to see how this one turns out. As always, a full list of ingredients can be found at the end of the video. They'll also be listed below. First up, we're making our garlic sesame rice. We'll start by grating down our garlic. Fresh garlic is super cheap and adds a lot of flavour, but the pre-minced stuff works just as well if you need to save time. Into a pot over medium heat, we'll saute our garlic for a couple of minutes until nice and fragrant. Next, in goes our long grain white rice. Long grain white rice is super affordable and a pantry staple. Give the rice and garlic a good mix around to combine the flavours. We're slightly toasting the rice here, which adds even more depth to the dish without costing a dime. Now, in goes our chicken stock. Season with a good pinch of salt, bring to a boil, reduce the heat, cover, and let it simmer for about 15 minutes or until all the liquid is absorbed. With the rice cooking away on the stove, I'll knock out the rest of the vegetable prep. When working on a recipe as quick and easy as this one, it makes all the difference to have everything prepped before you start. So I'll quickly slice my garlic and ginger and pop them aside. And then onto the veggies. The cost-effective theme continues here. The old carrot is pretty underrated as a star vegetable. It adds a really nice sweetness and crunch. I'll roughly cut it down into small battens that are all about the same size, and they can go to the side. For some freshness, I'll also cut down a small Lebanese cucumber into thick sticks. We're going to add these ones at the end for a little texture, and I quite like them just the way they are. But if you're looking for a few extra points, you can make yourself a Korean chili and cucumber salad to take it up a notch. But we're on the clock today, so that will do just fine. And just a few sliced spring onions. I'll slice the whites and green parts separately, pop the firmer whites with the ginger and garlic, and we can get to cooking. Into our preheated pan goes a little sesame oil, followed by our garlic, ginger, and spring onion mix. I'll give these a quick sizzle until they start to soften, and we can add in our cheap hero protein, the beef mince. This is plain old supermarket mince. It's quite tricky finding proteins that you could feed 4 people with within our budget, but the humble beef mince fits the bill. I did notice when I was picking this one up that pork mince is a little cheaper, and would also be great in this recipe, so if you need to save a little more cash, that one might be a good one to try. I'll keep this one moving around and breaking it up until it starts to brown, and any excess water is cooked off. When it looks almost cooked through, I'll add in the carrots we cut earlier, and give them a rummage around. We want these ones to soften up a little without cooking them to mush, so just a minute or 2 should do the trick. Then into the pan goes our soy sauce and the brown sugar. The combination of the soy and the brown sugar is basically making a sweet soy glaze. If you have dark sweet soy on hand, you could definitely sub this one instead for the soy and brown sugar. Now we want to cook this one down until it's all thick and shiny. That's what's really going to make the difference in the flavour. You'll start to see the glaze coat every little bit of mince individually and give it a beautiful sheen. And that's looking about spot on, so I can set it aside and fry an egg. Nothing out of the ordinary here, just a fried sunny side up egg with a little colour on the bottom. And now we can bring this one all together. To finish off the rice, I'll give it a bit of a fluff around and add in the sesame oil, followed by a little soy. Give it a good mix and we can plate this one up. I'll pop some of the rice into a bowl and spoon over some of the mince mixture. Followed by our cucumber sticks and our sliced spring onion. Then a little sprinkle of sesame seeds and a few chili flakes. Wait a minute, I didn't add them to the price. Here's the updated total cost with the chili flakes. Then our perfect fried egg on top, and we're done. I know this isn't the biggest and baddest recipe on the internet, but it is a bit of a feat these days to make something really delicious, but also really affordable. You could add more to this recipe if you have the budget, but there's something extra delicious about making something so cheap that tastes so good. What did you think of the recipe? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Thanks for hanging around, everyone. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. See you on the next one!